Welcome to Scriptural Snapshots, brought to you by Living Faith Ministries in Kaiser, West Virginia, where we bring the living Word of God into your life. I'm Pastor Gordon Brubaker. We're studying the land of liberty, and I'll just start out with this. Jesus said in John 15:13, "Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends." We said this yesterday, but I want to expand on it. I believe patriotism, true patriotism, is loving your neighbor and your country in such a way that you are willing to lay down your life for the benefit of others. Jesus taught us to pray, "Your will be done, your kingdom come on the earth, even as it is done in heaven." This prayer that Jesus taught us focuses us to yield to a higher power than ourselves, to a higher will, a higher desire than our own personal will, for the benefit of others. It's a self-sacrificing type of prayer of where I'm willing to give up my own personal benefits because I'm concerned about bringing the will of God, the kingdom of heaven, into the earth. I'm willing for the perfect will of God to be done in the earth, and if that costs me my life, then I willingly give it because this is what God's will is. See, this is patriotism. This is love. This is willing to sacrifice yourself for others. But we confuse values and virtues, and we say, well, that's a value. No, that's not a value. To give up your will, your benefits for the sake of others is a virtue, and virtues must be taught. Because a virtue is not focused on my personal benefit. Now, socialism says it's all about me. And socialism is based on my personal values and puts my will above what is best for somebody else. I'll just let that stand. This is inherent in the self-serving nature of humanity. Because of all men have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, sin nature has corrupted us to where if it doesn't benefit me personally, I don't want to support it, because if it costs me anything, people are voting to get their Social Security checks without regard to what harm that might be doing to the nation, what harm that might be doing to society. As long as I get money, I'm all for it. And we've lost that self-sacrifice. We've lost that concept of this may be good for me or good for this particular group, but it's not good for the nation as a whole. It's not good for everyone, but we'll vote for it because it blesses me. See, love of neighbor and country is not a value. It's a virtue that must be taught. So this Harvard study from 2011 that we've been talking about, this Harvard study sees as what they see as values, I see as virtues that must be taught to overcome my own selfishness. That's why Jesus made disciples, because it's not about you, it's about the kingdom of heaven. It's about the glory of God. It's about His goodness. It's about His forgiveness, His love, His strength, His power, enabling me to overcome the tyranny of tyrants, of the God of this world, the devil. It allows me to break free. This is a virtue. So what are these virtues that this 2011 study, what are the virtues that the Republicans promote? Why are they so dangerous to promote patriotism on July the 4th? And let me say it again. These virtues are not really Republican or Democrat. That's their definition out of Harvard, not my definition. Virtues cut across board. They're not political. They're not even ideological. They're virtues, but they are God's virtues. They don't belong to any particular group because they belong to God. They are held by those who believe in the Bible and in Jesus, who came to save the world. Our virtues come from Him. That's why we must be trained up in the ways of the Lord, so that when we're old, we will not depart. We've got to be trained and taught about love of neighbor, love of country, love of people that we are willing to give up ourselves and our own personal benefit because it would benefit the community and be a blessing for the community. People that serve in the armed forces, now there's a lot of reasons people go in, but there are many who go in to protect others, to defend this nation. That's a virtue. That's not a value. They're not getting anything out of it. They don't get the big pay. They don't get the pay raises. They don't get the benefits. And even after they've served and lost limbs and lost body parts, they still don't get the benefits that royalty has. They still don't get they are willing to self-sacrifice for the sake of others that they've never even met. This is a virtue. This is not a value because it doesn't enrich them personally, but it's something they're willing to do because of the virtue in their heart. Founding fathers understood human values. Unrestrained will override the virtues of God, which must be taught. We need to learn this again today. I'm Pastor Gordon Brubaker. God bless you.